This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? We are now at Tesla Skøyen, and here you see Tesla Model Y Juniper performance. And this was a bit unplanned. I'm shooting now on my phone. I was just going to come over here with my friend here, the captain, and he wanted to check out Juniper at the service centers. Well, it turns out that the service centers, first they had these cars parked inside, and now they change it so that they are for test drives. So okay, but okay, look at this. We have Norwegian license plate on it. Sorry, there's going to be a train here. That's the airport link. But you guys have seen it before, right? You can easily spot it here. We have Pirelli P0. It might be a bit wet outside. We're going to test the acceleration, of course. One thing I forgot to tell you guys last time is that here we don't have cooling, unlike the YL. So it doesn't have much of the YL stuff. So here we will start with the insane acceleration. Well, yeah. Speed limit mode is... Speed limit mode is enable. Launch mode available. Oh wait, can you do? Oh, okay, you can just. But speed limit mode, yeah. Since it's a showroom car, they have limit. I think it's usually 135 kilometers per hour. We're not gonna hit those speeds anyway, so no big deal. I think they haven't limited the power anywhere. But just show you what I'm going to try standard. I'm going to try to toggle between these at least during the drive. Set it to light here. Stability assist. We don't have that on. This will. Yeah, if it enable, you see this. So I think we'll not do that, especially not today, not out on public road. And then autopilot, use auto steer here, just checking my settings. And we have it in Europe at least. We have actually smart. Well, you cannot test that. We need the app there. So okay, anyway, I think we have enough now. So let me show you that we are here, kind of, yeah, in Oslo area. So I'll just drive around here somewhere and just get an impression of how it is. But I have booked this car for from the 4th to the 6th October, so then I can be able to test it more. Okay, there's just like Juniper. Wait, vehicles already driving. Just like in the regular Juniper, there is no stock here. We have the swipe here, so we have it now in the. Well, I need to check here. Well, I accidentally bumped into something here, but. We have it in. Have to have the control. Was that soft? There are some speed bumps here. Oh, okay. Just as a reference, nowadays I'm borrowing a Hongqi EHS7, and you can see it's parked over there. And that car has a way softer ride, but I mean it's a performance. Okay. It's a performance car, so you expect it to, you know, be firm, right? Well, let's see. At least it goes over the cobblestones in a nice way. Okay, should we test the acceleration? Yeah, let's. Okay, let's just do a quick one here. Oh, that is the. Oh, okay, that was the police. Okay. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. It has that instant power, and you see. Unlike the Model 3 performance, that car is like, if you get it in Europe, you get the LG battery, which doesn't have that much power, maximum power, versus the Panasonic battery that you get from the Fremont. But this is different. Let me see, I don't remember how it was, but you should get enough power. Oh, okay, I just realized we had it in Sport, you can see here. Right handings. What's Sport? So I'm gonna go over some speed bumps. Yeah, so then it becomes kind of harsh. With the switch over to standard now. Let's try again. Just drive around here. There are some bumps on the road. Oh, then it feels a lot better. But the sporty seat, though, yeah, that's nice. We're not gonna toss it around the corners here, all that, but. I get nice side support without being too narrow. Still big enough to fit my big butt here. So this is actually nice. Yeah, I like it. I like the seats here. Huh? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try over here. Get over some of these speed bumps again. I'm gonna try some acceleration here from low speed, and then you just floor it. Man, this thing is like a rocket. Okay, and unfortunately I don't have any ScanMyTesla status whatever in here, but it goes fast. No doubt about it. Okay, we're not gonna try too much. I'm getting kind of dizzy. I'm getting old, but but that sound though, that have I heard that before? That was a different sound. Try it again. I wonder if that's different. How was it again? I think they changed the motor so it's more efficient but more powerful. I like it, because now we found a stretch with the tram tracks, which is perfect because there are some bumps here. So when we are in standard, it actually just kind of floats. Oh, sorry, we have to. Yeah. So we haven't mounted the camera on the drive. Okay, once we go, right? But there will be constant bumps here, and it kind of just floats over all the bumps. But then when I put it in sport mode, I can feel the bumps better. But it's still, well, I'd say that even when we are in sport mode now, it's still softer and more comfortable than the first gen Model Y that came out in when was it again? 2021 something. Yeah. So I mean, in that regard, you know, it's still nice and comfy. But for me, though, for personal preference, if I drive on these kind of bumpy roads, I'm purposely going over all the bumps, I'll probably just use standard. But I mean, it's nice and quiet, and we even have 21-inch wheels, of course. Pirelli P0, nice and sticky tires. I think they also have the acoustic foam in there. I don't remember what the long range had, but first impression, good, really good. And of course, stuff that I normally don't get to experience much nowadays. Awesome infotainment. Also nice pedal feel. I can just let off the pedal to adjust the speed, and then when I accelerate, it increases the speed. I know, and I actually use the throttle to seamlessly adjust regen. So you can drive smoothly, but you can also hammer it and go schnell. But no track driving today. Just a quick impression. Can't wait to test it. We have Autoparking here. Now, how was it in Tesla again? Well, let's see. Well, I'm not sure where it wants to park. Did I choose the right spot? What? I think that's not the parking spot, buddy. It wants to park there. It's the entrance to the service center. No, I wanted to park over there, not here. What is it doing now? Are you done? Huh? No, you're not done, right? Sending data to Elon. It keeps going back and forth. What the heck is this shit? It went into some weird loop here. Oh, okay. This is park. No. We're supposed to park over there. Okay, let me do it manually then. Okay, let's try again. Take two. You think it's that? No, I think that's what I tried, or I tried the third there.
The car is here, so the parking P is mean here.
Yeah, it should be here.
It's gonna be stuck on the.
But it's a short parking. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could choose that. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it was clearly user error because I didn't read the manual, and now it should park perfectly. It blinks, it turns. Look at that. Like a ninja. Wait, we just opened the front just to check it out. See here. What is that? Well, these are the plastic covers that's supposed to be here. So now you see the car with the real rims. I think this is the first time I've seen the rims without the cover. It resembles the arachnid rims a bit. So what do you guys think, huh? Cover on for better efficiency or cover off for better looks? Well, there's this minor thing is that you see these little notches here. That's where the cover is supposed to hang on to. So, I mean, it doesn't have like a 100% clean look versus a rim that doesn't have this, right? So, but if I would choose, might want to have it more open. Oh, let me show you more on this angle also. I talked to the service center. They said that today is the first day that Tesla opened up a test drive for this car all over Norway, supposedly. So it was just a coincidence that I bumped into this because my friend wanted to check out the Model Y performance. So yeah, now you can come to Skøyen or any other service center, or you can call them beforehand. There is no direct booking system, but you can go over there or call them maybe and then book a test drive of this car. When it comes to my Tesla referral code, I think my code has been exhausted for this period, and it doesn't reset every year. It seems to be every 3 to 6 months, something like that. So unfortunately, you can try, but I don't think my referral code works. Okay, we had to go check in the service menu because this battery is supposed to be a couple of kilowatt hour bigger than the other. It's 82 something, or yeah. So let me see. Driver. Okay, well, we're probably gonna check in the software. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I think I need to use wide now. Yeah. So HV system. Well, you can't see too much here though. Wow, but really now I can see the high resolution on this. How awesome it is. HV battery. Well, there's not much to see there. Because I don't think we can see any kilowatt hour remaining, and then you have to connect into the OBD port with ScanMyTesla to find out more, right? So drive unit, okay, and then this is a low voltage, not too interesting. Hey, what is this? Oh, okay. So yeah, we're not gonna mess with all this stuff. I just click and take a look. I'm not gonna. So it's okay for the service center here that I go and check it out. But yeah, I don't think there is anything else we can find out anyway. So anyway, that was just a quick test drive. Still haven't measured too much. Consumption is almost irrelevant now. We haven't done a proper consumption test, but you can expect it to be low for a performance car. So that's gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.